Hello. I'd like to have a conversation about the true name of our Creator with you. Since Scripture tells us that there's only one name in heaven or on the earth that we can call upon for deliverance, it becomes vital to our eternal destiny to know what the true name that we're supposed to call on is. Since it's only one name, we better have it right. One name means one name. If we were allowed to call on 100 names, surely Yahuah would have told us that. But Scripture does not. It says there's only one name to call on. It also tells us that Yahuah is one. So we have one living Yahuah, and we have one name that we can call on for deliverance. Period. And the quicker the people come to that truth and accept that truth, the better off they will be. Now, there's a real delusion going around on this planet, and it's called the beast. And the beast job is to keep everybody in the dark and keep everyone away from the truth and the light. So the beast creates a delusion that appears to be our reality, but it is not. So we can find the delusion everywhere on this planet. There's nowhere to turn that the delusion isn't engulfing us. It's in our workplace, it's at our home, it's in religions, it's in traditions, it's in the governments, it's in our families, it's outside of our families, it's in North America, it's in Europe, it's in Africa, it's in the Middle East, it's in Asia, it's in Australia. It's everywhere on all 7 continents. We are saturated, engulfed, encompassed in the delusion of the beast. So, what do? Well, Scripture tells us that there's a key of knowledge. And once we are able to find the key of knowledge, we can unlock the door and step out of the delusion into reality. So what is reality? Truth. What is truth? Reality. So let's have some reality in our life, shall we? There are 2 names that most people, well, one name that almost everybody's familiar with, and another name that is not yet widely spread, but is spreading across the globe fairly rapidly. So these 2 names, one is of recent origin, as recent as the 17th century. The other one is from the 1st century, and maybe even goes back to the time of creation, even before creation. So it's vitally important that we know the 2 names that is most understood that we have to call on to be delivered. So one of these 2 is recent origin and a fraud or a fake or an imposter or part of the delusion. The other one is true, real, powerful, and is truth. So what are these names? The true name is a Hebrew name. The fake name is a Greek name. The true name, which is a Hebrew name, is Yahusha. Yahuah. Okay? The fake name, or the Greek name, or the name that's part of the delusion, the imposter, will be coming in the name of JESUS. JESUS. Now, like I said, in this delusion that we're saturated in, engulfed in, or encompassed in, everything is false. Everything is false. It's a false reality. It's tradition. It's religion. It's governments. They're all false. They're all fantasies. They're all fairy tales. They're all fables. They all come from myths, made up myths, and men's dreams and minds. And we're saturated in everything. I mean, it's crazy. So even the fake name, or the false name, or the imposter's name, some say it's the name of the anti-Messiah, or better known as the anti-Christ to Christians. JESUS. When the Hebrew name Yahusha, which is brought to the attention of one of those who claim to follow the true Messiah, or the Son of Yahuah, they often respond with this comment: "We speak English. We don't speak Hebrew." We speak English. We don't speak Hebrew. So by saying this, they're applying or indicating that JESUS is a Hebrew name. This is what they're trying to say. But it's not. So even the name of the imposter is a delusion. In other words, it's not even real. They're not even telling you the truth about the name of the imposter that they're calling on, and the beast has deceived the entire world into believing is the name of the Messiah. They're even being deceptive about that. They're not telling you the truth about that. How? Because JESUS, okay, is a Greek name. It's not a Hebrew name. So how can you be speaking English? We don't speak Hebrew. Don't make any sense at all. Because it's not a Hebrew name. It's a Greek name. So even if you're saying it in English, you're still saying a Greek name. So it has to sound like a Greek name. Okay? A Hebrew name has to sound like a Hebrew name. Yahusha, that's a Hebrew name. JESUS doesn't sound like a Hebrew name. And there's a couple reasons for that. And there's a couple reasons that we can identify, a couple identifiers that proves that it's a Greek name. It's not an English name. It's not a Hebrew name. It's not a Chinese name. It's a Greek name. Okay? The letter J is not a Hebrew letter. It's not found in Hebrew. And neither is W, and neither is V. Okay? And the S on the end of that, JESUS, that S was added in the Greek to make it masculine. That's not the only language in the world that does that, folks. Okay? There's other languages that add letters to the end to make it masculine or feminine. Look it up. That's not a big deal. There's a lot of languages that do that. So the S at the end was added to make it masculine by the Greeks. The J is not a Hebrew letter. It's not found in the Hebrew alphabet, so it cannot be his name. The W is also a more modern letter that's from recent origins. The W, and we'll go into that a little bit more, but the W was originally made about the time that printing presses came out, and one of the people that was setting up the printer decided to put two V's together, okay, from the Latin to save space and time. So the U, the U sound, which is Yahuah or U in Hebrew, there was no sound in Greek for that. There's no sh, sh sound in Greek either. So the U was, they made the Latin, went into Latin. The Latins made the V to sound like the U in Hebrew. That's where the V is supposed to sound like U. And so it still didn't have the ooh, whoo sound, okay? So they put the two U's together, or the two V's are supposed to be U's in Latin, and came out with a double U. That's why they call it double U, because there's two U's side by side. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. Two U's side by side, and the Latins drew it as a V, and so they put two V's together, but those are actually double U. That's why they call it double U. They don't call it double V. You see that? But anyways, that W and that J is in Hebrew. It's not in Hebrew. And SH is not in Greek. So there's certain sounds that you can't carry over into target languages from the originals. And so then what they really should do is just write it in the original text, in the Hebrew text. You know, make it sound like it has to sound the way it sounded in the original language. Otherwise, how would you know who they're calling on? You know, in other words, if your name is Robert and they called you Zeusy Poosy, okay, are you gonna know that they're calling you when you're walking down the road? Someone say, Zeusy Poosy! Are you gonna turn around if your name's Robert and say, yeah, what do you want, man? Or no. Oh yeah, that's my name in English, man. I'll answer to it. That's ridiculous, man. It's a total lie. It's part of the delusion. In other words, if you don't believe that, how about Netanyahu? Benjamin Netanyahu. Over there in Israel. How do you say Netanyahu in English, people? You say Netanyahu. That's how you say it in English. You say it just like it is in Hebrew. And that's the way you do Messiah's name, too. You say it just like it sounds in Hebrew. Yahusha. Yahusha. That's how you say it. That means I am your deliverer, or Yah, your deliverer. Same thing. Yah means I am. And I'm sure you're all familiar with I am. That's Yah in Hebrew. Okay, so Yahusha he came in his father's name. His father's name is Yah, and so is his. Yah. Okay, it came in his father's name. The Yahusha just means your deliverer. Yah, your deliverer. Or I am your deliverer. Yahuah is one. Okay. So getting back to the imposter or the fraud name or the fake name, JESUS. Okay. Both cannot be true, people. It's either Yahusha, the Hebrew name, or Jesus, which is a Greek name. Both cannot be true. Since there was no letter J on the planet Earth until around the 16th century, one of these two is already exposed as a hoax or an imposter. To say we speak English isn't a defense of anything, since the only name given by which there is deliverance is a Hebrew name, not an English one. Read that in Acts 4:12. You have to know. If you really think about it, you already know the truth. Okay? You already know the truth. Okay? That the Messiah is a Hebrew. He's not Greek. He's not Latin. He's not German. He's not Chinese. He's not English. Okay? He's not French. He's not Mexican. He is Hebrew. And his name is Hebrew. You think his mother, who was a Hebrew, and her husband would have named their child after a Greek god? No. You know, deep down inside, you know the truth. So why not speak truth? Why not speak truth? Not only speak truth, but why not teach truth? Why do you have to teach a lie? Why? Why are you doing it? You know it's not true. Stop teaching lies. The real name. Oh, first of all, let me tell you something. At YHUH, this is how bad the beast is deceiving the world. Not only is he deceiving you with the wrong name, he's deceiving you with how to pronounce the wrong name. So they've done turned this around. See, these evil minds, they're pretty nasty. And they've done deceived, come up with a way of deception to hide the fact that you're calling on a Greek god. See, the real name, the truth is, folks, the real name of a G-E-S-U-S is a Greek god. The sun god Zeus is who you're calling on. It's very easy to find on the internet. You don't have to take my word for it. Look it up. You can ask any Greek-speaking person or any Spanish-speaking person how J-E-S-U-S sounds. And I'll promise you, if they're truthful with you, they're going to tell you it sounds like He-soos. He-soos, kind of like H-E and then S-O-O-S. He-soos. That's how they say it. That's how it's pronounced. He-soos. He-soos. Okay? And so they've hidden away the proper pronunciation of J-E-S-U-S for a reason. Why do you think they would hide the proper pronunciation of the fake name? They know it's a fake name. They know that's not the name of the Hebrew Messiah. They know that. They know that name is Yah. He came in his father's name. I am Yah. Okay, that's what Yah means. I am. It's all. Nobody's arguing about Yah anymore, people. Look, if you just say, "No, that's not his name," you're dreaming. All the scholars, all the theologians, all the big shot doctrine people with big college educations, all the top minds, thinkers, the big thinkers, they all know that Yah is his name. They know it so well that they've actually, they don't even debate it anymore. The only body that's debating that anymore are ignorant people. That's the only body that's doing it. The scholars know, they settled that debate a long time ago. If you don't believe me, take out your new King James Version. If you only got a King James Version, you're not going to find it because all the errors are still in there. But the new King James Version, okay, you can find Yah, Y-A-H, written in Psalms 68:4, Isaiah 12:2, Isaiah 26:4, and Isaiah 38:11. So they know that that's the name. They're not arguing about that no more. Not the scholars and theologians. They know better. That's been proven. They lost that debate a long time ago. They were exposed. They got exposed when the Dead Sea Scrolls got found. That's when they got exposed. They've been scrambling like little squirrels collecting nuts, before the first winter storm, ever since them Dead Sea Scrolls were found, trying to hide the true name. They finally got exposed and admitted, yeah, it's Yah, but now they try to throw these curveballs at people and try to keep them in the dark by playing with the pronunciation. Oh, no, that's not how you pronounce it. Oh, they don't even know how to pronounce it. No, it's not pronounced like that. So they put W in it. They use the J. They use the E instead of the A. Use the J instead of the Y. They play their little games. Okay, even the prophets' names, Jeremiah, Isaiah, anything with that IAH, that's supposed to say Yah. So Isaiah, for example, with the IAH, is supposed to sound like Yah. That IA is supposed to sound like Yah, okay? Because they don't have a Y. That's why they put the I there. The I grew into a J. It morphed into a J in, like I said, around the 17th century bouts. All right, so they got that J in there, but that's really supposed to be an I, like on Isaiah. They changed all them names too. So that's supposed, instead of that being Isaiah, that should say Yasha, Yah, Yahu. Okay, so the IAH is supposed to say Yah. So if you put it in the front, the way they originally wrote it when they tried to transliterate it, because you cannot translate a name. You just cannot translate any names. The names have to remain the same, or at least sound the same. You got to put your alphabet together to make it sound like that. If you can't do it, if your alphabet can't do that, then you just can't do it. You have to write it in the original Hebrew or the original language. That's all. You can't use your language if you can't transliterate somebody's name, because it has to sound like their name, or they don't know who you're calling or talking to. A name, as brief in text as it is a huge identifier for your identity. Otherwise, who in the world is going to know that they're calling you if they don't call you by your identifier, which is your name? That's silly. That's silliness. That's such a big lie. It's like a little kid won't even believe that. Why do you believe in it? But let's get back to the name here. That JESUS, they're not only are they replacing the name of your deliverer, the one name that you have to call on for deliverance, the one name, they're replacing it with a Greek name. They're lying to you about how to even say that Greek name. They're saying, oh, it says Jesus because we speak English. What? How can that be? It's a Greek name. It has to sound like a Greek name. The proper name to say Jesus, folks, is He-zeus. He-zeus. Okay, so get it right. So at least pronounce it right if you're going to call him that. See what I'm saying? Now, why are they doing this? Oh, why in the world would they do that? They're such nice people. They wouldn't dare do that. You're nuts. No. The reason they're doing that is because they know if you pronounce that name correctly, it don't take a rocket science to figure out really very quickly that you're calling on the name of a Greek god. Now, you tell me, if I say Jesus, you're not going to get it. If I say Hey-zeus, or Hey-zeus, depending on your accent, but what it really means to the Greeks, ask anybody who speaks Greek, what that really means is Hail Zeus. Hail Zeus. You're hailing Zeus. That means you're praising Zeus. That's what that is. It's a praise. That's a word of praise, man. You're praising Zeus. So if they didn't hide the pronunciation from you by saying, "No, you're saying it in English. We don't say it that way. We speak English," that's a lie. That's more the deception, because they know that you are not that stupid. You would know that you're saying Hey-zeus, He-soos, that you're saying Hey-zeus. You'd figure that out pretty quickly. But if they hide it with Jesus, they can slide that under the table and you're not really going to get it. See, that's why it's not. They're hiding the pronunciation. So not only are they using a fake name, an imposter, a fraudulent name, they're actually lying to you and deceiving you with the pronunciation, which is not Jesus. It's Hey-zeus, Hey-zeus, Hey-zeus. You're hailing Zeus. You're praising Zeus, man. So, if you're going to continue to call our Hebrew deliverer by a Greek name, at least pronounce it right, man. Pronounce it right. If you don't think he cares about what name you call him, then at least pronounce it right. I mean, call him Mickey Mouse. Let me see. Elmer Fudd, Bugs Bunny, Screwball, Nut Job. Call him something. It don't matter. Okay, call him Apollo. Call him Zeus. That's what you're doing anyway. Just pronounce it right. You don't call him the devil. Call him Satan. If he doesn't care what you call him Satan. Okay, that's ridiculous. That is a childish lie that the entire world is falling for. We need to stop it. That needs to stop immediately. And we need to keep calling on our Hebrew Messiah by his Hebrew name, Yahusha. We need to stop this nonsense. It's gone on far enough now. The religious leaders and the followers of the father of lies, the devil, has fooled us and tricked us long enough. Good people, stand up and start calling on the true name of your Hebrew deliverer. And do it now. It's Yahusha. It's the only name you can be delivered by. Why do you think they don't want you to call on it? Huh? Because it's the only name to be delivered by. So if you don't call on that name, you can't be delivered. Makes sense now? That's why Satan don't want you calling on the true name, the real name. That's why he's deceived the world with that fake name for the imposter that's coming. The imposter is the anti-Messiah or antichrist, if that helps you out. Okay? He's the imposter. He's the fake. He's the identity thief. He's the one that's coming back and acting like he's Yahusha. Okay? And he's going to deceive the whole world, get the whole world following him. He's going to come back in that fake name right there that they've programmed your mind, brainwashed your mind into thinking his name is. He's going to come back and tell you he's Messiah by using that fake name, Jesus. And it's really Hey-zeus, He-zeus. So if you're going to continue to call him that, at least say it right, okay? Hey-zeus, can we at least agree to that? Hey-zeus, call your God Hey-zeus, your Savior. Call him Hey-zeus, hail him, praise him. If that's what you want to continue to do, at least pronounce it correctly. You know they're lying to you about that, don't you? If you don't, ask a Greek, somebody who speaks Greek or speaks Spanish. You got a Spanish friend, ask him how to pronounce J-E-S-U-S. And he'll tell you. I promise you he'll tell you, Hey-zeus. It's ridiculous, man. It's a childish lie that the world's believing. All right. So, names cannot be translated. They can only be transliterated, okay? In Hebrew, when we transliterate his name from the four vowels that write his name, and we're talking about the Creator now, it comes out sounding like Yahuah, Yahuah, like that. All right. So when they were in the Babylon captivity, the Babylonians recorded when they heard the Hebrews speaking the name of their mighty one, and they put Yahuah. That's how they heard it. They wrote it how they heard them saying it. So if you say that Yah, the two O's, and Ah, they just put an A on there. They just wrote it like they heard it, and so that's how they recorded it. So Yahuah is found in the Texas 6,823 times. They removed that name or replaced it or substituted it 6,823 times. The name Yahusha, is found in text 216 times. And of course, they've replaced that with substitute name, the JESUS, or fake pagan titles, or words. They're not even names. GODLORD, And so then the name Yahushua, which is closely resembles Yahusha, just has a U in there, is found 2 times in the text, 2 times. All right, and so then Yeshua is a Y with an apostrophe, and then SHUA, Yeshua, is found once, but that's really the same name as Yahusha. The apostrophe tells you there's something more that goes there, and they're hiding it. When you see an apostrophe, Y apostrophe, SHUA, that apostrophe right there is telling you there's something hidden. There's more to that. They've shortened it and they've hidden what will remain. So what's hiding there is the AH. So it's Y apostrophe SUH. It still says Yeshua. It's found 1 time. So you can use it, but why? When Yahusha is found 216 times, this is the deliverer, Yahusha, and Yahushua is found only twice, and Yeshua with the apostrophe is found once. Why would you use either one of them? Why don't you? What do you have against using the one that's found 216 times? But all of these have been removed in the English translations. They've totally removed them and hid them from you. Like I said, recently the New King James Version has put Yah back into the scriptures 4 times that I can find. So they know, the scholars know, Yah is there. So if you can see this, I got this off the internet, but if you can see this, there's Yahuah 6,823 times, Yahusha 216 times, Yahushua 2 times, and there's your apostrophe, Yeshua once. And there's how they're written. You see down there at the bottom in Latin, IESU. That IE is supposed to sound like Yah. That's what that IE together is supposed to make the sound Yah. And when they transliterated it, so they didn't have a Y, so they used the IE. You see that? They don't have that S on the end. Look at Yahuah, IE. See, the IE is supposed to make that sound, Yah. Yah, the YA. See the H right after the IE? See how they did that? Because they didn't have a Y in their alphabet. Now look at the Greek. See the S they put on the Yahusha there, the S? That makes it masculine. The I, they didn't have a Y or an A, so they didn't use their A even. They just put the I in the H. That's supposed to say Yah-zeus. Yahoo. That O is supposed to say oo. Oo, the O and the U, oo, sha. They don't have an SH. They could only put the S. and they made it masculine by throwing that S. So they totally, messed it all up. That's what they did. They really screwed the name up because they didn't have they were trying to write it in their with their alphabet, and they couldn't. Over the years, it's been mutated into a totally wrong pronunciation. They just started saying, "The heck with this, man. Let's just pronounce it like we do Greek names." So then they started pronouncing it, making it sound like their Greek god's name, Zeus. Okay, that's why they went into He-zeus, because they couldn't do the Hebrew sound, man. Instead of just writing it in Hebrew or saying it like the Hebrews do, they made it sound like Greek. And it is a Greek name. That's why it sounds like Greek, because it is a Greek name. It's not English. When the say, "Oh, we say Jesus because we speak in English," that's a blatant lie. And that's like telling a little kid Santa Claus is coming down the chimney with a bunch of presents on his back, man. You gonna believe that? That's like a giant lie. Come on, man. Stop believing that. That's like a lie that a child should believe, not an adult. We need to quit that. Yahusha. Google it. There you go. Google Yahusha. Start using it. Stop using the fake name. Now, I don't know if anybody out there is familiar with this book right here. It's called The War of the Jews, Flavius Josephus. And who he was is this book was written in 75 AD, 5 years after the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. He was a Jewish historian and Roman citizen. He was a Jewish historian, and he was sitting up on the Mount of Olives with a Roman citizen who was a general or Caesar's son named Titus. Okay, and he was watching the actual destruction of the temple in Jerusalem in 70 AD. He was an eyewitness to it. Okay, and he was a historian, so he wrote books. So if you want to read about it, you can pick up his books. He's got a few other ones other than this one. But in this particular book, The War of the Jews, on page 226, at the bottom of the page, see, it's page 226. At the bottom of the page, down here, this eyewitness says, "A mitre also of fine linen encompassed his head, which was tied to by a blue ribbon, about which was another a golden crown, and which was engraved the sacred name of God." They took that out, the ones that republished this. It should say Yah. It consists of 4 vowels. See that? 4. It consists of 4 vowels. So when they tell you there ain't no vowels in Hebrew, that's another lie. The name of your Creator is written in 4 vowels. Okay? His name is written in 4 vowels. Yod. Where is it? Yod. Hey. YHWH. Hey. Name of your deliverer is Yod. Hey. YHWH. See? Came in his father's name. Yah. They both have Yah. And then if you go down here to the end, it's Shin and Ayin. These Hebrew, Paleo-Hebrew letters. His name declares who he is. I am Yahuah your Elohim, have no other before my face. We worship what we know. Yahuah, Yahusha, for deliverance is of the Yehudim, or the Jews. Yahusha means, I am your deliverer. Barakabah b'shim Yahuah. Blessed is he who comes in the name of Yahuah. And that would be Yahusha. He comes in the name of Yahuah. They share the same name. The Son came in the name of the Father. Yahuah is one. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahuah our Elohim. Yahuah is one. That was Yahuah saying that. Read it yourself. All right. Just move on here. Run out of time. In John 5:38 says, and you do not have his word staying in you, because you do not believe in him who he sent. You search the scriptures because you think you possess everlasting life in them, and these are the ones that bear witness of me. But you do not desire to come to me in order to possess life. I do not receive esteem from men, but I know you, that you do not have the love of Elohim in you. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, him you would receive. I believe that right there is a prophecy from Yahusha himself, saying the people would be calling on that fake name. And not only that, I believe that's the name of the anti-Messiah. I think he just revealed that to us. So, real quick here now. The tetragrammaton is YHUH. Okay? YHUH. Stop using that W. It's a U. Hebrew don't have a W. This is the four vowels that the first century historian Josephus saw on the golden band of the high priest that we just read in his book. This is what he saw. YHUH. Of course, it was written in Hebrew. This is Latin letters we use. We speak English, but we use Latin alphabet. This is Latin. Okay? But it was in the Paleo Hebrew. So what he saw here was this. Now, that top one right there. That's what was on that headband. But in Latin, it's YHUH. No W. The W wasn't even invented until like 13th, 14th century, thereabouts. It is not YHWH. No W. Throw out the W. Pitch it. No W. It's a U. Stop using the W. Impossible to be the W. Hebrew don't have a W, and W didn't come around till the 13th century or thereabouts. And it is a two U's anyway. So it should be two U's, a U and a U, to make the oo sound. If you take his name and you say these four vowels and what we call in English short vowels, not long vowels, but you know how our vowels are short and then long. Well, they don't do that in Hebrew, but in our language, we do. So if you say these four vowels in our short vowel pronunciation, it says his name. Yeah. First of all, listen to him. Ya, hear the A. H, A. Hear the A and H. U. Hear the U in there. A. H, A. Hear the A. These are vowels. Wa, ya, wa, oo, See? So those are short vowels in English. Ya, oo, ya, ooh, ah. All short vowels. That's how we get the pronunciation. That's how we know how to say the name. You just sound it out in short vowels, man, and you got the name. Ya, ah, ooh, ah, not a, h. That's long. A is long. H, a. We're saying it with the short vowels. Ya, ooh, ah, a is short. Ah, see that? That's how they know how to say their name. For that tetragrammaton right there that was on his headband. Those are 4 vowels. Don't let them tell you ain't no vowels in Hebrew. That's another part of the deception. Yah, ooh, ah. Yah, ooh, ah. Not, it is not Yahweh. It's not Yahweh. The YHWH is correct. But the W is not. That's where they're moving that W up there. That tetragrammaton. That W is wrong. It's supposed to be 2 U's anyway. So if it was YHUH would be more accurate because that's what the supposed to make. That was supposed to sound like was this. They didn't know how to make this sound. Ooh, yeah, ooh. It's not supposed to say wah. That's modern day. That's origin. That's a modern origin or recent origin sound. They weren't doing that back then at all. It was ooh. W and V was supposed to make the ooh sound when they first come out in the Latin. Okay? So that's ooh. It's not wah. So stop using the W. It's Yahuah. Wrong, wrong. Yah, YHUH, and Yahuah is correct. Yahusha. He came in his son came in the Father's name. Yahusha. It just means deliverance. That's all that means. Yah is deliverance. Or I am your deliverer. That's all. That's what that means. It's not Yeshua. It's not Yeshua. Yeshua. It's not that. That E is an error. That's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be an A. Okay? So that should be an A. That ain't supposed to be there. You know, this and this, this and this and this is good for the end. Because remember, it was in there 2 times. But this YE, the Y is good. The E's what's the error here. The E's an error. The E's in error. It's not an E, people. It's an A. So stop saying Yeshua. Say Yahusha. Yahusha. Not Yeshua. That's not it. That don't mean I am your deliverer or Yah your deliverer. That don't mean that. But this does. Now, just for those that want to refuse to use the proper name and you want to continue to use that Greek name, it's not an English name. Stop lying. It's not a Greek name. I mean, it's not an English name. It's a Greek name. So don't even start saying, oh, we speak English. That's why that's a lie. I'm not buying it. There ain't no Santa Claus. Ain't no Easter Bunny. I ain't buying it. I know better. So don't lie to me. This is a Greek name. You're going to say it like a Greek name. Hey-zeus. Hey-zeus. He-zeus. He-zeus. Okay? It's a Greek. You're praising a Greek god when you say Hey-zeus. He-zeus. Or Jesus. Jesus. Okay? He-zeus. That's how you say it. He-zeus. That's how you're saying that. They want you to praise their Greek sun god and wear his cross around your neck, which is an image of the sun, and go into their sun steeple, under their sun steeple, and worship their sun god on Sun's Day and call him his name, which is He-zeus. He-zeus. You know, if you want to keep doing it, go for it. He-zeus, if it's S-O-O-S, S-O-O-S, then it would be horse in Hebrew. You know, but it's not. That's a stretch by far. But in S-O-O-S in Latin, it's pig. You know, horse in Hebrew, pig in Latin, man. But it's not really S-O-O-S. It's Z-E-U-S. See it? E-S-U-S. Zeus. Zeus. Hell or Hey-zeus. Hey-zeus. That's what you're saying. Okay, so now we find people using this name to call on the deliverer. Okay, this is talking about Yahusha now, the deliverer, okay, the son of Yahuah. Yahushua. You hear a lot of people saying that, especially in the Hebrew roots movement. Yahushua, which is okay. It's in there twice. Okay, the text is twice. The Hebrew text is twice, man. Yahushua, which is okay. This is the same. This SHUA has the same root word as SHA. It's the same thing. It means deliver or save. So it's okay to do this, but why you want to do that, and when it only shows up twice, and the other one shows up 216 times. All you got to do is drop this. Just drop the what? The U. And say, Yahusha. That's all you got to do. Why make that other sound? It's not necessary. It means the same thing. You're not in error. But come on. 216 times versus 2 times. I think we should all start saying it Yahusha, not Yahushua. Okay, now they go down here and some do this. They write it and try to pronounce it in this fashion. Y apostrophe S-H-U-A. This apostrophe here only means they're hiding something between these 2 letters. That's all that means. They're hiding something between these 2 letters. That's why that apostrophe's there. What are they hiding here? Well, if you look up here, S-H-U-A, Shayua, Yahushua, this is the same. S-H-U-A. So this is the same thing. And here's the Y. So what are they hiding? They're hiding the A, the H, and the U. That's what they're hiding here, right here. That's what the apostrophe's telling you. Here's what's hiding. So instead of saying YHUH, why don't you just say Yahushua? That's the same thing. These are the same exact word, man. These are the same exact names. These are just hiding here. They're hiding the A-H-U from you. YHUH, Shuya, Y Yahushua, or YHUH. Same thing. They're just hiding it. So say the name. If you're going to use this name that's found twice, then use it. Don't use the hidden one. What do you want to hide his name for? Just throw this out. Okay, this is found once. It's found one time. One time. You want to use it, use it. That's ridiculous. At least this one's found twice. Use this one instead of that one. And then if you really want to, use the one that's found 216 times, which is Yahusha. Yahusha. That's one you should be really using. 216 times. 2 times, 1 time. And they're hiding right here so you're not pronouncing it correctly. So that you can't pronounce it correctly. That's why they're doing this. Same name. Same name. Use the long form. If you insist on using this one found twice, at least use this one, not this one. This one's better than this one. But they're both acceptable if you insist. Okay? Which I don't know what your problem would be, why you would insist. But then we come down here, and here, this is an error big time. Look, the S-H-U-A is the same. S-H-U-A. See it? The same. The Y is the same. But now, instead of this apostrophe, they're putting an E in there. Now they're really lying to you. That's a deception. Yeshua. And believe it or not, man, that's the one all the Christians want to use. They just have a problem with the real name, man. Even when they know that the truth, they choose to use another fake name or a hidden name. Ye. It's not ye, it's Yah. That E don't belong there. So this one is better than this one because this one's fraudulent. This ain't the SHUA is the same. The Y is the same. They just remove the apostrophe and put an E in there, and it makes it wrong. And matter of fact, folks, if you take this name and you go YESHU and you take this A off, okay? Now you're saying Yeshua, Yeshu. That means may his name be blotted out. May his name be blotted out. Speaking of the Messiah. Wow. Be careful how you pronounce that. Yeshua, watch out. If you leave that A sound off the end, if you can't say it and you leave that A sound off, the A off, you're saying may his name be blotted out. And what this really is, it's an acronym. Okay, for Yimak, Shimu, Yuzikro. Okay, this is really an acronym. They're hiding it from you. It's the YE period SH period the U. See that? It's an acronym. It's like scuba. You know what I'm saying? It's like scuba. Scuba is an acronym. SCUBA stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. That's what SCUBA means. SCUBA is an acronym, and so is this. This is an acronym, YHUH, which means Yamacha Shimu Yuzikro, which is in the Talmud for may his name be blotted out. So I would stop using this. Yes, Yeshua, Yeshua, that's how y'all are saying that? I'd get rid of that. Stick with this, folks. YHUH, Yahuah, and Yahusha. Dump everything else, especially Hey-zeus. Hey-zeus. Get rid of that. That's praising the sun god Zeus. Need to dump that like a hot potato before it burns you. You're gonna get burnt. You're gonna get rid of that. All right. So I ain't got any more time to talk about it, but just remember. Yahusha is found 216 times. Yahushua is 2 times. And Yeshua is 28 times. And, man, be careful how you're pronouncing that. You don't want to be saying that acronym, may his name be blotted out, do you? I mean, I know I wouldn't want to be saying that about our Messiah or Creator. Blessed are those doing his commands. Yahusha said, if you love me, obey my commands. Blessed are those doing his commands, so that the authority shall be theirs to the tree of life, and to enter through the gates into the city. But outside are the dogs, and those who enchant with drugs, and those who whore, and the murderers, and the idolaters, and all who love and do falsehood, 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 falsehood. I, Yahusha, have sent my messenger to witness to you these in the assemblies. I am the root and the offspring of Dude, the bright and morning star. And the Ruach and the bride say, come. And he who hears, let him say, come. And he who thirsts, come. And he who desires it, take the water of life without pain. Thank you for watching, folks. So long, beloved of Yahuah. And remember to stay in love with Yahusha HaMashiach, the Hebrew Messiah. So long.